Barrett, are you there?
Hello.
Hello? Barrett?
Yes, hello.
Oh, hello, sorry. I think I had a finger in my ear. We've got the featured problem. We've had someone write in, as always.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Right, that's good. It goes a little something like this. Dear Dr. John Mango and Barrett, this one will be very scary, but please make it to the end of my letter if you can. There is almost definitely a poltergeist in my house. I know Barrett is good with the otherworldly, so that's why I contacted you. Things are moving, disappearing, and reappearing in my house. This is all the scarier, as my wife has been out of the house a lot more. She's made a new friend that she's told me is a regular woman, and I've been on my own with all of the spookings. At first, it was one of my wife's cherished coffee mugs, gone into thin air. Then a nightie or two, and some food from the fridge. It got very scary when our 3 dogs disappeared one by one. Luckily, my wife was very calm about this and reassured me that they are probably okay. Now I haven't seen my wife in a few days and I'm worried the evil spirit has taken her. Please help me pronto. I might not have much time. Patrick. P.S. Can a poltergeist hack into a bank account? Some money has gone.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely up my alley. I wouldn't say I'm an expert on the paranormal, but I definitely have experience with the paranormal.
You know more than the average Joe, at least, I'd say.
Well, I wouldn't call Joe that, but yeah, definitely.
He's called Patrick.
Yeah. Okay. So, poltergeists. There's a lot of misconceptions about poltergeists. A lot of people think that they're just nuisances.
Right.
Then they're more sinister than that. They are not just like little hunchback things that sort of laugh at you, stuff like
little
that.
trumps in the night.
Sometimes they are quite malicious in their intent, and it definitely feels like there's definitely maliciousness going on here. So what I advise first of all is to basically kit your house out with mud.
Mud?
Mud is well known in paranormal circles to be a poltergeist kryptonite.
Right.
They really hate mud because you can't fiddle around with mud. You can't have a laugh with mud. Whenever you throw something, like with mud, it just makes a mess.
Right.
So poltergeists don't like that, you know?
Is that why there's never a haunting just in a field somewhere?
No, exactly. They don't like it out there. So the first thing is to fill your house with mud, right?
Right, yeah.
That's the main thing. And also, poltergeists are, in sort of popular culture, they are seen to float. Now, that's not true. They don't do that. They walk like you or I. The thing is, what they do is they can leave footprints.
Right.
And you know what mud's good at? Catching footprints.
I see. That's a good one.
So it's got a double meaning.
Purpose.
It's got a double meaning to get the mud in. So, plan of action. Fill your house with mud up. And then also get some cameras. Now, they don't have to be expensive. Poltergeists can appear on a standard definition camera as well as they do on a high definition one. So you can go and get a phone, get 3 or 4 of them, just cheap from like cash converters.
Yeah.
Just go and get loads of them. Get some dash cams. Do all that. Get all that. And just kit your house out with them. All right. And keep them on. All right. I know some of them need battery replacements and things like that. Doesn't matter. Just keep them on. They'll stay on. And just collate as much video evidence as you can of poltergeist activity. Okay? Yeah. If you see a mud footprint, film it. If you see something disappear, film it. If you see I don't know, if you actually see the poltergeist like grinning at you, film it.
Yeah, you want that on camera. If you see, some cupboards being interfered with, film it.
Film it.
If you see an outlet being switched on when it shouldn't be on because there's nothing plugged into it, film it.
Mm-hmm. The final thing I would give as a piece of advice is don't panic. Poltergeists are more common than you think. They appear in more places than you could imagine.
Right.
And you must have just done something to get this one agitated, all right? There's no real way you can communicate with a poltergeist or sort of make it back down, right? Once it's pissed off, it's pissed off. It's going to just annoy you.
How common would you say they are, Barrett?
I'd say they were just... There's going to be one in every 20 houses that you see on the street.
Wow, really?
And they can move between houses, okay?
Right. So some houses might have 3 and some might have none.
Well, you may be really unlucky, and the poltergeist may have picked your house as sort of a meeting point. So there may be 4 or 5 in there.
Right.
There's some poltergeists are known to. They're mainly individuals, but they can hunt in groups. When I say hunt, they don't kill people. They just have a laugh mainly. But they can have a laugh in groups. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think we've only got the one. But that's what the main thing is. Fill your house with mud. Fill your house with mud. I cannot stress that enough. That is going to help everything out.
What should Patrick do with the evidence he gets on film? What should he do with that?
Send it in to a paranormal activity group.
Right.
A good one is the Paranormal Activity Stamping Squad.
Right.
Which PASS, they're called PASS.
Oh, okay.
The Paranormal Activity Stamping Squad are basically sort of... They've got a double meaning, really. So the stamping, when they say stamping squad, one, it's quite literal in that they're stamping out paranormal activity.
Yeah.
Another one is that they pay for your postage and packaging to the government.
That's really nice.
So they actually put stamps on your stuff.
Yeah.
And send it off to more reputable companies and things like that to show that there is the poltergeists are real. So I definitely send things into PASS. I would also make sure that you put a sort of social media presence out there for yourself. Call yourself like the poltergeist poacher or something like that, and just document your experiences with a poltergeist. Because one thing poltergeists don't like is attention. It's really funny.
No, they don't.
It's really funny because you think they do, because they're always having a laugh and stuff like that. But usually they just want to annoy you. They don't want to annoy anyone else. The spirits are very sort of one-dimensional. They just want
very petty.
Yeah, they are. They just want to annoy or haunt one person. They don't want to hunt loads, right? So if you draw the poltergeist's sort of presence to loads of people, they are going to get blooming mad.
Right. I see.
And they could get scared under pressure. All poltergeists are different, but ones I do know, ones that I've come across myself, usually when they have a big following, they go away. They just hide because they're scared of the pressure.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that.
So, mud, social media, get onto PASS. I think you'll be all right.
I think I'll be all right too. I mean, I know what I know about poltergeists, you've told me, to be fair, Barrett. I'll admit that I was one of the people who thought poltergeists, they're just quite funny, aren't they? They're a bit of a nuisance. I didn't realise how malicious they are.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I remember we talked about that and you sort of put me straight there.
Yeah. Well, I remember telling you, don't laugh at a poltergeist. They're not funny. They're really not funny.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. I remember a story you told me. You heard about a poltergeist. Like, there was somebody who went to the toilet one time, and then they'd flush their their excrement down the toilet, and then the poltergeist would then bring the excrement back
Yeah.
up.
That is quite funny, though.
No, it's not funny.
I'd say that's the exception to the rule that poltergeists aren't funny.
It's not funny at all. You know how many times that happened to that poor woman?
How many times?
43 times. She had to flush her toilet. She had to flush her toilet 43 times to get rid of that. You know, frankly, it's annoying.
Was that in one day?
Yeah, in one day. In one day.
That's mad.
Yeah, it is mad. It's mad, and it was just not right. And you know, one thing I said to that poltergeist was, "It's not on. It's really not on, mate."
Huh. That's crazy.
I don't have any time for poltergeists. I'll be honest. I've got no time for them, right? So, Patrick, take my advice. It's good advice. It's sound advice, and I hope this poltergeist can be sent somewhere else. One thing with poltergeists is you can't exercise them.
Right.
That's the bad thing about them.
I didn't know that.
No, you can't. There's sort of a finite number of them, right? Usually, when another thing about poltergeists is poltergeists are basically the spirits of jokers in the past. So
Right, okay.
you've got comedians, you've got bullies, you've got people who generally just have a laugh with their mates.
Yeah.
That's basically what poltergeists are.
So they'll be the funny ones.
Yeah, so the thing is if someone funny dies, right,
Yeah.
then they will... I mean, I don't know, obviously, because I haven't died, but from what I gather, there is sort of a council, a poltergeist council, that choose who's going to be a poltergeist, right? So if someone who has been hilarious has died,
Yeah.
you know, they're going to be swapped in for someone else who,
Yeah.
you know, may have been funny a long time ago, but they've had a long time as a poltergeist, so then they sort of have to go to the other side properly then, you know?
Yeah.
So the only way we're going to get rid of these poltergeists is if we kill all comedians.
This has taken a very drastic turn, Barrett.
I mean, yeah, it's not something that I advocate, I'll be honest, you know, but it's what a lot of spiritual experts believe.
I'm not sure that the sort of cost of doing that, not monetary cost, obviously, I mean ethical and moral cost of doing that. You know, I think that far outweighs any benefit from doing that.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's not that many comedians in the world.
Right.
Only about 5,000 of them. Do you know how many people are haunted by poltergeists each year?
About 6,000.
70 million.
Right. Wow, okay.
So, you know.
I take that back. I agree with whatever you said.
So, problem pending, I'd say. I think this is definitely one that we need to hear from next week.
Yeah, he needs to gather the evidence, doesn't he?
So, this is a problem pending.
Problem pending.